subscribe. Tariq Radio. Watch and subscribe.
Let's be real. A lot of the Tether class, man, they've been coming over here undermining the shit out of us. We just exposed that other Jamaican mammy, that bedwench lawyer who just got fired because she was making some Charlie Kirk tweets. She made some negative tweets, and White Zaddy, who she's been ass kissing, gave her the boot. And you dig back into her tweets, and she's denigrating black men, particularly foundational black American men, all day on her timeline. And this woman worked for the US government in the civil rights legal department. We got to, and we felt a certain way about that. This is the people who's coming over here working in government positions that makes decisions for our livelihood over here. And this woman is sitting on Twitter just saying how black men ain't shit and we this and we're dumb. And this is a woman working for the damn government who's a Jamaican tether. And we've been seeing a lot of that stuff, like our brother Robbie was saying. Tether is an action-based thing, and we have a right to call out these tethers. These tethers have been doing a lot of shit to undermine us. The same shit you did in your homeland. You're doing that to us, and we stop you from doing that. Yeah, it's up. And we starting to get our lick back and check that stuff. You understand? They were really stuff like when we doing the Hidden History Museum, that really ticked me off with the tethers, because when we start getting the Hidden History Museum, that's why the tethers are always whining about the museum. And we had a meme going, when is that museum coming, nigga? That was a whole meme, because from the very beginning, when we started getting the Hidden History Museum, we didn't even build it yet. And the tethers were hating. Just the fact that we raised the money so fast, we raised $1 million in a month. And boy, these tethers were salty even before we got the building and all that. We already knew the tethers are going to be going out of their way to hate on it. That museum and things like that, that to them, they look at that as a failure for them to see us get stuff going so quickly without white approval. That's why a lot of people really started to delineate, because a lot of people saw how these tethers were acting about the museum. And people say, hey man, what's up with these hating ass people? People saw that weird ass bad faith argument hate shit. People saw that and felt a certain way about it. People started to see just how degenerate a lot of these tethers are and how jealous and hateful they were. Yeah. But we got to really analyze that. They kept moving the goalposts, because when we first got the money for the museum, the whole lie they were running around saying it's going to be a scam. They're never going to build anything. They're going to run off with the money, nigga. They kept saying it's going to run off with the damn money. Then we got the building. Oh, it's going to be like Umar School. They're never going to build it. So they kept doing these bad faith arguments because they really had no cultural connection to what we were doing over here. So there's a lot of jealousy there, because if they get any dime, you got to go grovel to white people, and we didn't do that. And also, we didn't go through no Pan-African channels either. That's what they really didn't like. Because see, they're used to a lot of black folks over here hollering about Pan-African, we got to be kumbaya. We didn't do that. And that's the thing that really pissed them off, letting them know we don't really need you. That's what I've been saying. Because they've been giving this illusion that we have to go through them. We have to include them in everything in order to get stuff done. That's been a little psyop they've been running on us. Look, you can't be divisive. There's strength in numbers, nigga. You need us for numbers. And I'm like, not really. Not really, because a lot of y'all be on the sneak hating. Y'all be hating on the sneak. And y'all don't really be bringing nothing to the pot. A lot of y'all don't be contributing to anything. And basically, you just pull up to the table and eat, and we ain't really getting no benefits. So, truth be told, we really don't need you like that. And us getting the Hidden History Museum popping the way it got popping without kissing white ass or kissing tether ass, that really had them feeling a certain way. You understand? We didn't need to go through nobody like that. We did this on our own. And boy, they're like, oh, we got to throw darts at it. You see? We let folks know we don't have to have no damn coalition. It's enough of us and enough of us on code. We can get anything we want to get popping. Now you can get on board and support if you want to, but we ain't gonna depend on you. We can depend on ourselves. That's that foundational Black American spirit. And that type of independence, boy, that angers them because that sends a strong message. And then when we do get it popping, then they have to move the goalposts. Well, nigga, this is a nightclub. What is all these people are doing here? It is a club. You're just going to keep moving the damn goalposts. So you can never appease a jealous, hating tether at all. We don't even try. You don't even have to explain nothing to them. Just check them and sit them down somewhere. You understand? You can't appease demons that want to destroy anything you do because they destroyed their own damn homeland. We're going to be real, real. Let me get some more folks in here. And I'm not trying to beat up on the non FBAs, but the folks like Revenue and others, that shit has to be checked. Let's get Mikey the poet or Mickey the poet. Mickey or Mikey the poet. Mikey or Mickey. All right. Mickey, Mikey. All right. Let's get G Rock. Oh,
I'm
there
in
he is.
here.
Mike.
I'm in here. Yes, Tariq,
I'm
how
good,
are
man.
you?
How are you?
Very good, Tariq. I'm an Italian American from Chicago who was a white member introduced to the dark union back in the 90s, coming out of Cabrini Green and the Robert Taylor homes to unite black people, to unite the Midwest. And so black people have dental plans, vision plans, and rappers don't end up like hobo bums on the corner with no teeth in their mouth.
Oh,
So I was the one trusted white man with the Union under the tutelage of Final Attempt to Escape the Dark Holy, who recently passed away from Lou Gehrig's disease. Now, my question to you is as an Italian American and my Sicilian ancestors that I would say evolved from the Moors in senses, although they were invaded, they evolved them with medicines, technology, and brought a society of sloppy disease, no progress people up
right.
at a time, even though they were invaded. So I was never Italian enough for my Italians because I loved black people so
Mm,
much. And the black people always felt sorry for me. Said, "God damn, man, you got soul, brother. You that real, but it sucks that you a cracker white. But we still gonna pass it to you because you're the only one we trust with the whole." So when they dropped the Monsters of the Midway double CD Unity, Chew dropped it from the joint. They put me, I was the only white man ever on that double CD with Twist the Bone, the Dayton Family, Johnny P, rest in peace, and every other brother, the Black Pirate Militia, DA Smart, brother DA, Young Con, the Don, Soldiers at War under the five-star General Wes Madison. Where does that leave me in this whole situation with foundational Black America and my love for my own people and my love for Black people equally?
Well, yeah, it would depends on how the people of Chicago and the community where you live in. It depends on how they receive you, the people who you're closest around. Because
I
it's
mean,
43.
foundational Black America means everything to me in a sense where as a boy they were tougher than
Right,
us. They grew up harder than us. We were inspired by the kids in the ghetto. We looked at them playing basketball, everything, how hard they worked, how good they fought, and how hard they had it. And it made us want to be like
right.
them. So a lot of us Italian kids were running around, learning from your
Mhm.
culture, but didn't understand what it was like to get abused and slammed on cars and spit at and treated like shit. We just got the good part of it. We got to receive the good energy from it.
Right. Well, the thing is, man, my thing is if you talk with the people out there and if everything is cool, let us know what's going on. Thank you for the call. Let us know what's going on in white supremacist society. If you're going to enjoy the culture, the good of it, understand when the bad happens, when we start getting the backlash, and the anti-black attacks, folks like you need to stand up and say, hey, enough is enough. We can't have that. But we do understand a lot of times, you understand in the dominant white society, they will punish white people who try to stand up for black people. You understand? And y'all have to be fearless enough to stand up to your fellow white people like we do. We stand up to white supremacists. A lot of times, y'all come down to the hood or whatever, but when it comes time to standing up to the white supremacists, y'all don't want to do that because, there's punishment. You don't want to get the Negro treatment yourself. See, that's the thing, family. And that's the part of white supremacy. Let me tell you something. Speaking of that, did y'all see what they did? Did they just the FBI fired 20 FBI agents because in 2020 there was a protest and some FBI agents took a knee in solidarity with black protesters. So y'all know back in 2020 when we were putting in some damn work and people were getting some act right and cops and everybody was kind of taking a knee and showing solidarity. Yeah, they felt like, well, the white supremacists felt like they took a major L. So yeah, the FBI right now with that Indian tether you know who's the flunky in charge right now, they sat up here and fired those agents who took a knee. You understand? This is how the white supremacists like to punish other white people who are off code, especially the ones who stand in solidarity with black people. Because I want you to understand something. White supremacy is a group loyalty system. See, white supremacy is not just a belief, it's a structured intergenerational group loyalty system. Like any oppressive regime, it requires the beneficiaries, meaning white people, to actively maintain or passively accept the rules. And when white people break that code by showing solidarity with black people, when the white supremacists are attacking black people or challenging the system, they are seen as a threat to the group's control. And then they end up getting punished more severely than the black dissidents, because then you're looked at as internal traitors. Oh, it's deep. Y'all better understand how white supremacy works. And there's a historical precedence to that. The white civil rights workers back in the 60s, many of them were killed for standing with black people. Y'all heard me talk about this white woman named Viola Louisa, who was from Detroit, who went down into Alabama and Mississippi to help black people, and they ended up killing this woman. It was the Klan killed her, and there was an FBI agent in the car with the Klan when they killed her. After they killed her, J. Edgar Hoover did a smear campaign of this woman, start putting out rumors and lies that she was getting smashed by the black men. And so that was supposed to turn white people against her. Other white people, Andrew Goodman and Michael Swerner, they went down there in Mississippi and got lynched and killed for standing up for black people. You understand? So that shows that white supremacy is so committed to maintaining control, it'll turn on their own white people who dare to disrupt that racial hierarchy. See, that's what that whole Kyle Rittenhouse acquittal was about. That's why they were celebrating him, and he was throwing up all the white supremacist hand signals. Kyle Rittenhouse is celebrated because he killed off-code white people. All right? Kyle Rittenhouse, a suspected white supremacist teenager, shot those two white men who were out there protesting against police brutality. All right? And the fact that Rittenhouse was celebrated as a hero by the right wingers for killing some white people who supported black folks, that's a part of the game right there. They were killed because of their disobedience to racial loyalty. See, they use those white dudes as an example to other white people. And those white agents who were kneeling at the George Floyd murder visual, they're getting punished so they can reinforce the code. You see? That's that institutional punishment for deviating away from white supremacy's neutral face. See, kneeling wasn't an act of violence. That was a gesture of moral clarity. So that gesture, it violated the unwritten code that state agents, they must remain loyal to systemic white control, not for justice for black people. Now, I want y'all to think about this. White agents got fired for kneeling in solidarity with black people. They don't get fired for killing black people, though. You see that? Now, when they kill a black person, boy, you get all types of promotions and raises. If you say, hey, let me show respect to black people who's fighting for justice, you get fired? Come on, think about this. This is how committed to white supremacy these people are. This is the government. This is the top levels of government right now we're talking about. We're not talking about some 4chan trolls. We're talking about the top level of government. The same FBI who does the crime statistics, right? This is the same FBI talking about 40, 50% of the crime and all that bullshit. See, white supremacy, man, it relies on collective denial and silence. See, white supremacy, it doesn't just require active racists, it depends on a large population of white people who are willing to stay silent while the system functions. That's why all these white folks call up here acting dumb. Every time you point out white supremacy, they start acting dumb. That's by design, especially with Charlie Kirk. And notice anytime these people come and defend Charlie Kirk and you point out his racism, like, hey, wait a minute, Charlie Kirk, this man has just a whole plethora of racist, huh? Racism where? I didn't see it. I didn't know. I'm going to have to look up that. You have a link to his racism? What'd he say? They come in playing dumb. They know everything that man said was damn near racist. Everything out that man's mouth was damn near a form of anti-black racism, but they come and play dumb. That's what white supremacy is. Staying silent and acting like you don't see or hear nothing. And when white people do speak out or take some kind of visible action against racism, against black people, kneeling, protesting, whistleblowing, see, that breaks the illusion of neutrality and it exposes the system and it makes them a liability to be dealt with. That's what our good sister Dr. Welsing said. She said, what we need white people to do, if you want to help, tell us what white people are saying when we ain't around. That's how you help us. We need you to be a spy. Go tell us what the hell they're doing when we ain't around. That's how you can help us. You know, the state institutions, boy, they enforce the code quietly and bureaucratically. See, the FBI, when they fire agents for making peaceful, non-political gestures of support, that's not about law. That's about optics and discipline. The government wants their white agents to never appear to sympathize with black resistance. You understand? That goes against J. Edgar Hoover's vision. You know, J. Edgar Hoover designed the FBI around targeting us. He said we were the biggest damn threat to national security, black unity. You know? So when these agents show difference and reverence to our struggle, you know, the powers that be, they think that undermines the psychological control that white supremacy has over black and white populations. And solidarity with black people, that's often seen as it's like a betrayal of white identity. And that janky white supremacist logic, helping black people through activism, protest, empathy, they look at that as an act of betrayal. That's why off-code white people are often dehumanized as race traitors, woke mobs, Antifa. See, that's what they're doing, all that Antifa talk. White people who don't want fascism, oh, these people are terrorists. You see? So white supremacy, it requires the normalization of black death. See, the core tenet of white supremacy is normalizing violence against black people with impunity, whether it's through the justice system, police violence, media narratives. There's an expectation that white society must not only tolerate but justify black death. That's why Charlie Kirk was so important. His job was to always justify black death. And when any white person disrupts that pattern, you protest police brutality or you show grief for black victims, you're disrupting the system's emotional control. And look, white supremacy is not just an ideology. That's a damn job requirement for law enforcement at this point. And all these law enforcement institutions, like out here in California and others, to be a sheriff deputy, you got to be a part of these damn little white supremacist gangs within the deputy department. It's some real janky shit. You see, that's what that what's his name? The brother who started busting on folks out here. What was that brother's name? The black whistleblower. Why am I having a brain fart, family? What's the black man's name who was the cop out here in California? And he saw the racism within the department, and he went into some guerrilla warfare shit on their ass. What the hell is his name, and why am I having a brain fart? Panamera, I know you know. Let me get my sister Panamera in here. What's that sister's name? I mean, what's that brother's name, Panamera? Panamera? Panamera. Panamera ain't saying nothing. What is that brother's name? And I see his face, and I cannot think of his name, and I know y'all know it, family. What is that brother's name? Y'all raise your hand, give me that brother's name real quick. Give me that brother. Raise your hand if you know that brother's name, who I'm talking about. I hate when I get a brain fart. I be having old nigga problems. I'm having a brain fart. Battle, what's that brother's name? Chris Dorner. There you go. Damn, I got to take some herbs. I'm getting old nigga symptoms. Dorner. Thank you so much. I don't know why.
Sure.
His name slipped my mind. Chris Dorner. Yes. Yes, Chris Dorner. He said, the police department is so damn corrupt. They're abusing people and they're covering it up. I can't be a part of this, and I'm about to take up arms against their ass. So yes, Chris Dorner, that's the name.
When there is stank on the streets, there's only one man who will bring the heat.
Hey, Rootwork Jones, why you got to split, sugar?
These musty jive turkeys think it's a game out here. I got to get out here and show them I mean business. Can you dig it?
None of these smelly suckers can relax, because Rootwork Jones is back. Is the return of Dolomust, the Sultan of Stank. His mission? To turn Harlem into a musty mecca.
I'm going to plant a must bomb in Harlem. When it detonates, everyone in Harlem will be musty.
Rootwork Jones has to shake up the block. He has a limited time before the bomb drops.
Word on the street is Dolomus's men planted a bomb in a Cadillac in Harlem.
Thanks, Mama.
Can Rootwork Jones find the bomb before it explodes?
Where is the Cadillac with the must bomb, sucker?
Or will the city go into musty mode?
It's a couple blocks over that way.
Rootwork Jones is behind the wheel, socking stanky suckers all in their grills. Come see Rootwork Jones in Musty Inferno. Go to rootworkstyle.com for more info. Sucker.